Okay, John on Bordes. Yes. He's here. Mr. Bordes is here.
And Dr. Capon is here.
We have a hearing on that matter. Come forward, Mr. Bordes.
We would ask for Dr. Capon to come to the bench as well, Judge.
We've got a couple issues. Number one is the issue on the failure to connect with Dr. Capon as ordered. And I want to hear how that overcomes irresponsibility, is what it appears to be on behalf of the defendant. Then next is the issue on the bond conditions having no contact with victims. I'm going to hear on that issue too. And we're going to see if the bond conditions are being followed as required or not. Everybody understand? First of all, on Dr. Capon. Dr. Capon is kind enough to be here. I have asked Dr. Capon to evaluate the defendant for competency. There he is. What's the defense say on when that can be accommodated? Because Dr. Capon is ready, willing, and able right now and any other reasonable time to do this. Go ahead. I've ordered it a long time ago, and it hadn't been done.
Like I said, the last hearing, I attempted to contact him.
No, the question is, can you do it now? Can you do it this week?
Today? Tomorrow?
Dr. Capon, come on up if you'd be so kind, sir. Thank you.
And just to make the court aware, Dr. Capon informs me that the defendant actually showed up at his practice on Friday. And so he has had a chance to talk to him a little
Chaos
bit.
has been a theme in this whole case, and that would have been a chaotic maneuver. Because, as he said, according to the defendant, Dr. Capon wasn't taking any more patients. That's what his staff had told the defendant. So that stopped his efforts when he heard that, according to him. Okay, doctor, and I know otherwise. You are still taking patients
patient may have been a problem.
Yeah.
In that I do not do patient care now. I'm not seeing patients for treatment.
Defendants. I guess we call him a defendant.
And when I do legal work, there's not a doctor-patient relationship in that. It's an evaluation. It's not a treatment issue. My office may have told him that I do not see patients if they use that term. I didn't answer the phone, so I don't know. That could have caused the confusion.
Well,
but I am.
Here we are.
I'm willing to do it. So.
And right here, the judge is already signaling frustration. When a court orders a competency evaluation, it's not a suggestion. It's a mandatory step in determining whether the defendant even understands the proceedings. Miss this, and the judge reads it as straight-up irresponsibility or defiance. Not a good start.
Let me know what time frame you have.
when?
I'll do it whenever.
When?
When is your bar?
Are you available? I don't need this moment this week. I'll do it this week.
When?
That's time date.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? Ordered. So ordered. The defendant is there, his attorney, Dr. Capon, the state's attorney. And you know where his office is?
Yes, he was there Friday.
Okay. All right.
Your Honor,
That's done.
just to clarify, you said you don't mean me and Mr. Eckert be there either.
You don't need to be.
Just want to make sure that
it
sounded like you meant all four of us, and I'm like, no.
I just want all the parties to be on the same page
Yes,
because we
yes.
haven't been on the same page.
Yes.
And according to the defendant,
When would the court like this report?
as soon as reasonably possible.
Next Monday?
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Maybe in a couple of days this week to see. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Judge, also, I spoke to Dr. Capon about some of the items that the court has in its file, correspondence that has come from Mr. Bordes. I think Dr. Capon, if he doesn't have that already, he will need that for purposes of evaluating.
Anything y'all would like for me to review?
I've already emailed her. I'll remember.
I have that. Is that the stack you're talking about?
Yes.
I have that.
Okay.
I have that with me.
Just making sure.
Okay. I've got something.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
All right.
Then when that's done, let's set it for a review of the conclusions that are reached by the doctor in 2 weeks from today.
All right.
Okay. Done.
Get it
That'll
done.
be separate. Thank you, doctor, so much. Appreciate your professionalism.
Okay, bye-bye.
Next, this issue on that the state mentioned last week that the bond conditions were not being followed because the defendant is still making contact with victims, and the victims, I understand,
They're out there.
don't want that and want the court's order to be followed, which is going to happen. What do you want to do?
Judge,
You want to have a hearing here? I see somebody.
Judge, I think we do just because I think you
Let's
need
do
to
it.
hear.
Let's do it.
Pause here. Notice the doctor clarifying he doesn't treat patients, only evaluates defendants. That's a crucial distinction. An evaluation isn't medical therapy. It's legal evidence. And miscommunication with staff or not, judges lose patience quickly when court orders get sidelined.
Move forward. No. Y'all have a seat right there at the table. Ryan and Bruce, we're gonna have to hold a quick hearing here, and John and his client are gonna. All right, we call the matter of the state of Texas versus John Walter Bordes Jr., 23 CR 1439. The defendant is indicted for the state jail felony of criminal mischief, and the court has just ordered the defendant to meet with Dr. Ed Capon, licensed psychiatrist, for an examination for competency, and that will be done 1 o'clock next Monday. Now, there was another issue. Well, the bond conditions that the court set were firm, and that the defendant shall have no contact. Actually, those are bond conditions in every case. Defendants shall have no contacts with the complainants or victims in cases, and we made a special point of that. The state has produced a witness, and we're going to see if those bond conditions are being followed or not. And we're ready to proceed. Defense, state, call your witness.
We call Mr. Payton, Wayne Payton.
And just have a seat in the witness chair, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Payton's a little hard of hearing, Judge.
Who isn't? He's in a large club. Go ahead.
Tell us your name, sir.
You can speak. You can stand close to him.
Tell us your name, sir.
I'm Wayne Payton.
And are you familiar with John Walter Bordes?
Yes, sir.
Is he here in the court today? Right
Yes.
next to his attorney?
Yes.
You recall coming to testify in a bond hearing about a month or so ago?
Yes, sir.
At the end of that bond hearing, Mr. Bordes was allowed to go back home.
Right.
Tell us how have things been going with Mr. Bordes since he went back home after that hearing?
Well, for about 2 weeks, it's the same thing every time. Every time y'all arrest him, he stays good for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. He leaves us alone. So this time, after 2 weeks, we noticed he had his sprinkler running again. Running on top of our house and everything, which we didn't worry about. But then on Christmas Day, he proceeds to flood our backyard, and it's intentional because.
Here comes the real tension, the no contact bond condition. This is standard in most criminal cases, especially property disputes or harassment charges. Violating it? That's one of the fastest ways to get your bond yanked and go straight back to jail. And the judge is clearly gearing up to test whether that line has been crossed.
The sprinkler is made to where it'll just go into our yard. So we called the police. Police came out, they videoed it, everything. They took pictures of it. They beat on his door. They tried to get him to come to the door. Of course, Walter's learned that you're not going to drag him out of the house. So he just doesn't answer his phone. He don't answer the police or nothing. He just hides in his house. And he doesn't come out for a day or two. But anyway, there was 3 police cars come up. One of them was a woman policeman. She takes the key and goes over and turns his water off. And So we didn't have any problem with that for a while. So it took about a week, and then all of a sudden about 2 o'clock in the morning, he was beating on the side of the house or something.
So this was a week after Christmas?
Yeah. And then
Well, hold on.
every
Beating-
night,
Hold on. The beating on your house
Yeah.
or his?
mine,
Oh, okay.
our house is a 0 lot line. So my house sits on his, when he comes out of his
Yeah,
house,
but-
he's looking at my wall. And that's how he flooded my atrium. That's how he got up when I put plexiglass on top of the atrium. He gets up there and he spray paints, you know? I mean, he has no regard for anybody. But anyway, he beats on the side of our house, and then it stopped at 2 o'clock, and he started doing it about 5, and then 5:30 in the morning, he'd beat on our wall.
What's he using to beat on your wall?
Huh?
What's he using? What's the
I think it's a rubber mallet. I don't know. He keeps his gates locked so we can't go and see, which is really against the HOA documents that he signed when he bought the house. He's supposed to leave that open so we can spray and, take care of our house and everything. But
Is that how you get to the side of your house?
Yeah.
Through those gates that he's locked?
right, he's got them locked. I'm gonna somehow get either court or somehow we're gonna get them unlocked. And we're gonna see what damage the man's done to my house. I don't know yet, I do know what he's done, everything else. And the police said that, and here's the thing, my wife works really hard on that backyard. He flooded the backyard and he's killing her plants, just for no damn reason. So,
Now, Mr. Payne, how many times have you or your wife heard like some sort of disturbance in the middle of the night that turned out to be Mr. Bordes banging on your house?
I would say 10 times.
Since Christmas?
No, about 5 times since Christmas. He beat on the wall before, and then he would stop when y'all would arrest him. But once he gets over his fear of going to jail, he does whatever he wants to do.
So on at least 5 different occasions
Yes.
since Christmas, he has banged on the side of y'all's house with something
Right.
in the middle of the night.
And we didn't bother to call the police. And the reason we don't is the police come out. I mean, I have to get up, get dressed, go out, meet with the police. And we did it one time. And they go and beat on his door. He don't come to the door. He doesn't answer his phone. He doesn't do anything. So there's nothing, they don't do anything. So we just tolerated it because we knew we were coming back and forth. Hopefully, he broke bond. He broke everything Judge Stevens told him. Everything Judge Stevens told him not to do, he's done. And the one thing he asked him to do was just be good to the neighbors. That's all he asked.
I remember that.
And another thing I want to throw in, Judge Stevens told him not to harass any of the neighbors. So the other day at our mailbox, the lady across the street who's with him, Miss Williams, he goes to the mailbox, he's there. Well, he pulls up while she's there, and he tries to get her to get in his car, and he tells her, it's kind of humorous. He said, Miss Williams, since I'm a queer and you're a woman of the Holocaust, we have something in common and I'd like to talk to you about it. And of course, Gail, immediately told him, no, get away from me. Got in her vehicle, went to her house, closed her garage. But it's continuing to harass anybody that he can. But he really, he damages our home. We had a nice, peaceful neighborhood for 20 years. And then he's ruined it.
And do you know whether or not he's caused damage to the side of y'all's house by banging on it in the middle of the night?
No, sir, I do not. I haven't been able to see it. If the judge will make him open the gates, we'll take a look, we'll video and show it to him. And we'll bring the police.
Any other questions, Judge? I don't have any more.
Just one thing to clear on the record. You introduced the witness as Wayne Payton, but in the indictment, the complainant is named Carl Payton. You are
Carl
Carl.
Wayne Payton.
Yeah, just wanted to show that.
Yes.
Because there's a difference in the record here and in the indictment. Did you want to ask any questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
Kind of close, so he'll
Yes.
be able to easier to hear me.
Mr. Payton, since our last hearing, have you had any direct contact with Mr. Bordes?
Personal?
Yes.
No,
Okay. So he hasn't come over your house to talk to you? You haven't talked to him?
No.
Okay. He hasn't tried to call you? Anything
No.
like that? That's what it's.
Okay, but there's banging going on the house. What'd you say, 5 times?
Yeah.
Since Christmas,
yes,
but more than that since we had a hearing, which was before Christmas.
right. Well,
In December, I believe, earlier in December.
when you had the hearing on Friday, we hadn't heard a word out of him all weekend. But Thursday night, he banged on the wall.
Meaning last Friday, Judge.
I understand. Okay. What time are we talking about?
Thursday night, it was about 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 in the morning. We're banging on the wall of a person's home. That's kind of disorderly conduct, isn't it? In the very least, much less just plain a lack of decency for your neighbor. But you've got an issue where you have common
Sir?
boundaries. There are common boundaries in the way these homes are built in that neighborhood, correct?
Right.
Okay. So, all right.
Yeah, see, his 0 lot on the other side of his house, that's Joe Vance lives there. And that's his wall on that side. Of course, nobody
That's
follows him.
Tommy's widow. Tommy's widow. Tommy's
Yeah,
widow.
Tommy and Joe, you know. And she keeps her door locked, stays away from him.
5 o'clock in the morning, banging on people's door, walls. I believe we talked about. Yeah, I thought it was made clear to you, sir, that when we say don't harass or contact the victim in this case, this man, that would have certainly included anybody with an ounce of brains, would have included don't bang on his wall at 5 o'clock in the morning, which can only be interpreted as your intent to harass in complete contradiction to the court's orders. Or do I have that wrong?
You have it wrong.
Do you want to put on anything?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you, sir. You can have a seat. Thank you. Anything else from the state?
No, sir.
All right. Go ahead, John.
Let's call it on board items.
Have a seat.
Whoa, this neighbor testimony is escalating fast. Flooding yards, midnight banging, locked access gates. This is where a judge starts wondering whether the issue is criminal behavior, mental health crisis, or both. And remember, every detail the neighbor gives is establishing a pattern. Courts love patterns. Patterns equal proof.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Lower your hand. Go ahead.
First question is, have you had, our last hearing, had any direct contact with Mr. Payton?
No.
Okay. You haven't talked to him, called him, anything like that?
No.
Okay. You haven't talked to him out on the street or at the mailbox or anything like that?
No, not at all.
All right. The other issue we have that's been brought up is banging on his wall at all times of the night. Have you banged on his wall?
Yes.
Have you made any noise at your house that could be interpreted to maybe be banging?
Maybe if I move stuff on the patio.
At 5 in the morning,
No, not
you're
if I-
moving some
No,
patio
no.
furniture, are you?
I have narcolepsy. It's hard for me to get up in the
At
morning.
5 in the morning, are you moving patio furniture?
No.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
You do?
No.
Okay, so it's not that then.
And your testimony is you aren't banging on his wall in the middle of the night or at 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, not at all.
Okay. You don't know what this noise is, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
What's
not
his bond?
Yeah.
please.
As far as the sprinkler goes, what happened on the sprinkler issue?
The thing is that I've been detecting electromagnetic pulses into the house that line up with a tent in their backyard. And if it's not directed to my shower and into the closet and the garage, and the signal gets weaker as the distance grows, it's directed at my window, bedroom window where I sleep.
Pass this.
Hold on with the old electric pulses. Where do you think those are coming from? Mars or another planet?
Peyton's backyard in a tent.
Okay.
And
What's causing that, do you think?
It could be microwaves.
Okay.
So,
Have you always had issues concerning electromagnetic pulses?
Yes.
Your whole life?
no,
When did this start occurring? Because they've been around, for a long time.
yeah, it's been an off and on issue, but it didn't get worse until this past year.
Uh-huh. What is it, and how do you react to those suspicious, undescribable electromagnetic pulses?
Detectors are a buzzing and a ringing in the ears. I sometimes get tingling and burning sensations in my skin. Sometimes it comes with some dizziness, fatigue and malaise. And also there's auditory distortions. Now, they're not hallucinations because when these events happen, they can result in what's called hyperacusis, which means very sensitive hearing. And sometimes I can hear, Marge, because
Wait, hold on. You can hear what?
Marge talking in their bedroom on the phone to the
Okay.
yard man. And these events usually
Well,
occur.
who's talking in their bedroom that you can hear?
Marge, yes. And she calls the yard man over when Wayne's not at home.
Okay, his wife.
And when he comes over, I start having these experiences.
Okay, so
And
hold on. So you're in your home, outside of their home, but you are able to hear discussions going on in their bedroom.
yes, it's very faint, but it's just audible enough to discern what they're saying.
And you think this phenomenon, which is, I've never heard of such a thing, of course. Hold on. I've never heard of such a thing. It's bewildering. It doesn't make any sense. But how do you have those gifts and abilities to be able to hear into people's bedrooms when I don't know anybody else who can unless they're in the bedroom?
Well, this electronic harassment is akin to the same symptoms that one finds, or adverse effects that one finds with transcranial magnetic stimulation, in which magnetic paddles are passed over the head to kind of reset the neural pathways. With the exception of burning and tingling, people with PMS treatment, and it's usually for intractable depression, anxiety, or psychosis. One of the side effects is hyperacusis. It also has a tendency, if you're not careful with screening patients, you can induce a seizure. And indeed, I had a seizure when I had another one of these attacks again.
And now we hit the turning point. Electromagnetic pulses, microwaves, faint conversations heard through walls. This is where mental competency becomes the centerpiece of the entire case. Judges don't diagnose, but they absolutely recognize when claims drift into delusional territory. And this is drifting.
And I had to go to the emergency room. They kept me from 5 until about 12:30 when the effects of this microwaving wore off. And I felt fine. But, last night, it happened
When
again.
did that occur? When were you in the hospitals?
It was last Tuesday, last week, at St. E's, Elizabeth.
Who was the treating physician?
I don't know. All I deal with is the nurses or the nurse practitioners. And back in September, I saw Dr. Wang, Hwang, also at the emergency room.
For the same,
And
for the
that's
same
when-
problem?
Yes, that when the attacks are very acute, it's enough to drive me to the emergency room. And sometimes these attacks can disrupt the ocular nerve, and I lose ocular pressure, and my prosthetic lens rests against the back of my iris and breaks capillaries. I then bleed in my eye, and it might last for 10 to 16 days.
A couple of things here. I'm still yet to hear anything from some of these statements which border on bizarre, including I can hear people's intimate conversations in their bedrooms from my home, but the banging of their walls at 5 o'clock in the morning has nothing to do with this, but it is in the general nature of bizarre that I've come to recognize from our meetings here with you. But that man I've ordered, don't have any contact with him, and that's a global statement. It doesn't have to be direct, it can be indirect. But at 5 o'clock in the morning, it can only be banging on their wall. It can only be reasonably interpreted by someone who is harassing the complainant of their criminal case, which is forbidden. The way we can keep that from happening is to keep you in jail until this case. And you know what? When we go through this all the time, when I'm speaking, you don't interrupt. You know, you're a mature man, and you act just like a second grader when we deal with this, because you don't have it your way on your terms, and you pout and hold a little fit. And that's what the product, from what I can hear of what the complainant talked about, it's the same reoccurring theme. You don't like it because it's not on your terms, and then you will make someone pay for it. And it's always your neighbor who is the complainant in this case. And remember, this is a stage L felony, sir. You're looking at a felony offense. And it's the same kind of thing. It's harassing, but you're going to be put in a position here, and I'm considering with revoking your bond, placing you in jail until we can get all of this resolved. And Dr. Capon can see you in the jail. He's able to do that, but that seems to be the only option for the relief of the victims in this case. We've talked about it before, and I said, don't let it happen again. And here we are, banging on their walls at 5 o'clock in the morning, because you are being flooded with their intimate conversations in your mind through electric signals from their bedroom, which of course is astounding because it's nonsensical. But what is sensical is my orders are completely clear. I don't care what you're going to be doing, but you're not moving your furniture around at 5 o'clock in the morning and hitting their wall. Give me a break. That doesn't make any sense.
I did not say anything like that at all. That you're repeating.
What did you say you were doing at 5 o'clock in the morning? What do you think caused their banging?
I'm in bed.
What caused their banging at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I have no idea.
But it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
All right. What we have here is an issue for the court to determine who is believable. And it's him, not you.
Well, I'm willing to go through the competency evaluation, but I think it would be highly suggestible that Mr. and Mrs. Payton also undergo a neuropsychological evaluation.
Okay. Thank you for that advice, but it won't be followed by me. Okay,
And
sir, once again, they're the victims here. It's getting clear. You are the cause maker, and I'm going to revoke your bond. You will be held in custody, and I want Dr. Capon to evaluate you as soon as possible. We will review that report, bring you back immediately upon that being received, and we will deal with his expert analysis of what not only is causing you to think this way, but what we can do about it to maybe help you do better in your actions so that you are not being so belligerent and unneighborly to your next door neighbors. And we're not just talking about just being nice and cordial, but you are actively making, as he said, a living hell out of their life. And that's a fair analysis from what I am seeing. Those are the orders of the court. You are taken into custody, and your bond is hereby revoked, and we will have a hearing as soon as possible to follow up on Dr. Capon's report. Do you understand the rulings of the court, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. That is all.
May I go home to take my medicine and report to the jail?
You're taken into custody right now, sir.
Lacey, will you be able to notify
John?
Dr. Capon?
Yes, I'll
Do whatever you can get from him as his attorney to help him get any medicine needs, because that is important to have. And tell me what you need so that can be accomplished and the court's orders can be followed, and then he can have his medicine. All right? We're in recess on that matter. Thank you.
Here's the big moment: bond revocation. Judges don't take this lightly, but repeated harassment combined with bizarre explanations leaves the court with one option: public safety over personal freedom. When a judge says, "Here we are again," that's effectively the legal version of "I'm done playing." Expect jail until professionals can determine what's really going on.